This is the Douglas DC-8, an incredibly rare airplane that no longer exists in the United States, as it made one final public appearance just last summer here in Oshkosh. Samaritan's Purse, the last DC-8 operator in America, recently retired this 57-year-old airplane from service last November, making this footage of the aircraft's very last visit to an airshow extra special. And what's even more special is the fact that we'll have the privilege to tour the inside of this historic DC-8 before it's gone for good. First introduced in the late 50s as a passenger airliner, the DC-8 was a pioneer of the jet age, establishing quad jets a place in commercial air travel in the mid-20th century. This historic airliner certainly saw many years of success. However, its influence over the market slowly diminished with the rise of more efficient airplanes. At the turn of the century, the DC-8's passenger days were pretty much long gone, but the aged airplane was still seen as practical for other unique operations, and that's exactly what Samaritan's Purse, a humanitarian aid organization, utilized this old airplane for. Based in North Carolina, Samaritan's Purse is an evangelical Christian organization that delivers humanitarian aid to those in need, all across the world. And that's exactly what the purpose of this DC-8 was when the company took it out of a desert scrapyard in 2015, using it to transport large amounts of cargo and even people across the globe. To get a closer look into this airplane's unique operations, let's head on inside.
Just stand right here, you could. What's amazing about this aircraft,
Upon entering the airplane in the cargo hold, we were given a brief summary of the DC-8's capabilities, specifications, and the numerous humanitarian missions this airplane has gone on over the years. Something also mentioned was the fact that this DC-8 doubles as both a cargo plane and a passenger plane, otherwise known as a Combi, and we'll be checking out the 32 passenger seats in the back of the plane in just a few moments. Eventually, we were led further down the cabin where many unique cargo items used in humanitarian efforts were displayed, such as these food packages and even solar lanterns, not only demonstrating the carrying capabilities of this DC-8, but the true meaning behind the organization's message, giving help to those across the world who need it most. And after a very tight squeeze, we were welcomed into the passenger section of the airplane, utilized to carry crew as well as transporting those in need of serious medical attention from crisis zones.
Thanks for coming and checking us out. Enjoy the show.
And when it comes to the medical operations of Samaritan's Purse, the aircraft also has the ability to transport what is practically a portable clinic as seen here, with all the equipment necessary for saving lives. Now that our DC-8 tour has come to a close, let's have a look around the outside of this incredible aircraft, and just look how big these engines are up close. This specific DC-8 delivered on December 24th, 1968 and currently registered as November 782 Sierra Papa, first flew as an airliner in Finland, eventually being refurbished into a military aircraft during a conversion to the French Air Force in 1981, where its engines were replaced to the same 4 engines we see mounted on the wings today, these massive CFM56s capable of producing 22,000 pounds of thrust. The French Air Force flew this DC-8 into the 21st century, where it was then converted into a cargo plane. In the 2010s though, the airframe eventually found itself stored at an aircraft boneyard, waiting to be scrapped. Before it had any time to be dismantled though, it was bought by Samaritan's Purse in 2015, where it was then restored to FAA standards and launched straight back into operation, with this DC-8 already on its way to Ecuador to treat those affected in a major earthquake, all less than 24 hours after the FAA certified the aircraft to re-enter service. Since then, and dozens of missions later, this workhorse of an airplane has traveled the world saving lives in crises from all over. The aircraft's final mission was delivering aid to those affected by Hurricane Melissa back in late 2025. Unfortunately, as mentioned earlier in the video, this DC-8 that we're looking at right now is no longer in the air and was officially retired from service just a few months before the publishing of this video, marking the very last American DC-8 to bid farewell from the skies. And with this DC-8 now retired, only 2 remaining airframes still fly today, both used for cargo purposes in Central Africa. Luckily though, this DC-8 won't end up scrapped at a boneyard, but instead will be stored as a museum relic at Liberty University in Virginia. Samaritan's Purse has already launched a new Boeing 767 into service as the replacement aircraft, but regardless, it was quite the honor to tour the inside of the last DC-8 in America, and likely the last one to ever make a public appearance at an airshow like this. What's even more incredible is the legacy that this iconic DC-8 built over its lifespan, from its passenger days to the dozens of humanitarian missions over the span of its last decade in service, marking a most meaningful end to its rather lengthy lifespan of 57 years. A huge thanks goes out to Samaritan's Purse for bringing this DC-8 into Oshkosh, and of course showing the world their purpose. As you can see parked over there is another very rare airplane, the Boeing 747 SP, which I also made a video about here at Oshkosh. But as for this one, it looks like it's finally time to bid farewell to the incredible DC-8. I do hope you all enjoyed the video or found it useful, but with all that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.